Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a baby update. That's why she is here. And so if you enjoy this type of content and other homeschool and lifestyle content, please remember to subscribe and let's talk about this baby. Okay, so I have her sitting on the table because she's kind of heavy. So I just have her sitting here. We'll see how long she lasts because she's getting close to nap time. I already fed her and stuff, so we'll see. We'll see. I might have to take a break and go put her down for a nap. But I am going to just kind of give an update on how things are going. If you're new here, I have 6 kids. She's the baby. My oldest is 12, and then I have 4 really close together within 5 years, and then there's 5-year gap, and I have a 2-year-old, and she is almost 7 months. When I'm filming this, it's like a 6-month update, but she's really almost 7 months because I was sick again last week, and so this is when you're getting it. So anyway, we're gonna talk about her and just how things have been going a little bit. So that's kind of what you can expect today. So where should we start? She has been such a good baby, first of all. If you were around when I had my 5th baby, he was a surprise, first of all, and I was done having kids after 4, and he was extremely, extremely hard. Out of all my kids, he was the hardest by a long shot. And he was just grumpy, and he never, he nursed and he would eat, but he just wasn't content. And nursing was normally this time for me to sit and relax, and with him it was just always a chore because he was just so restless and all these things, and he was a little bit colicky. Anyway, he was just very, very hard. And so I was like, anything has to be easier after that. And man, has she been so, so easy and so much fun. What do you see? She's probably like, there's something very colorful over there, Mom. I want to play with it. And so she, from the beginning, has been a really good sleeper. I am very into sleep training through routines and consistency. I'm not a huge let them cry it out. There's only a few of my kids that have had to cry a little bit more. Just one of them was my 5th because they were so hard. Excuse me. Again, I'm still getting over a cold. But, and so she, I am already pretty big on establishing routines and being consistent and getting them sleeping well and helping them self-soothe and all those types of things. And she was my first one that sort of naturally did a lot of those things. Because I remember even coming home from the hospital, I was like, wow, I actually kind of slept the one night I was in the hospital, and it was amazing. And, you know, she was only awake for the few times she had to eat, whereas a lot of my other babies, they're up fairly constantly through that first night, and I would get no sleep. You know, it didn't matter if the nurses were coming in or not because the baby was awake the whole night. And so she was just amazing from the beginning. She took a little longer to sleep 12 hours than some of my other kids have. And so my 4th child, she was by 3 to 4 months was sleeping 10 to 12 hours fairly consistently, but she didn't sleep as well early on. And so she slept well from the beginning. And at about 5.5 months, she started to sleeping 12-hour stretches by herself. So, and she did that while nursing for just a little bit. I'm not nursing her anymore. Usually around 6 months, I start to lose my milk, and we have to switch to formula. And I don't know if it's a combination of them sleeping really long stretches or if it's just me, you know, if they start introducing solids and are sleeping well. I just have a really hard time keeping a really strong milk supply. And so they get frustrated, and I'm trying to decide if they had enough, and you know, it's just this whole thing. So I'm like, whatever, we're just gonna go to formula. But all my kids, except one of them, because he was formula fed from the very beginning, at least from 6 weeks on, have slept 12 hours while I was nursing them. I know that's a big question I get a lot of times. They're like, your kids will sleep that long even while they're nursing? Yes, they will. And they still gain weight. They're still healthy. All the, look at this. Look at this chub. She's humongous. And she was already big from me nursing her, not formula doing this. She was already huge. So anyway, she sleeps really well. She goes to bed usually around 6:30 and is up between 6 and 6:30 the next morning. It just kind of depends on the day. And she'll take a few naps during the day. Naps are always trickier. as far as them being more consistent, you know, because naps are constantly changing as kids are getting older. And so it's a little bit harder. I try to have her go down for a nap when her brother is napping, just so I at least have a break from both of them for a short amount of time. Sometimes it works better than others. It just, again, it's really hard at this age during the day, but I'm like, I'll take the 12 hours at night over daytime naps all the time, 100% of the time. So there's that. So sleep is good, napping is good, no longer nursing, but she is huge. And she has been big from the beginning. Like, she came out 9 pounds and then just immediately started gaining weight. Like, even within 2 days, she had already surpassed her birth weight and then some. I think she was 10 pounds already at 2 days, like, after she was born. And so she was already just huge. And then she's continued to be huge. And so anyway, we love it. Like, all my other kids, my last one started to get a little bit chubby, but my first 4 were not chubby babies really at all. They were just long and skinny. And so having her be super chubby has been so fun for us. We just love it so much. I've had to put her in like 12 months clothes because of the length, but also because, like, pajamas especially, her thighs are so big. They're so big. They're so great. I love them. And I can't zip up any of the smaller pajamas that might fit her a little bit better. So I had to put her in bigger. Like, she's getting close to filling out the 12-month lengthwise as well. But anyway, so she is just so chubby and we love it. We love our super chub baby. Has no teeth yet, so that's been nice, I guess. But I've had a variety of kids teething, you know, like that did not make any sense. All my kids have, you know, kind of varied in when they got their first teeth. Some were a little bit more average, and then I've had some that were really early. I had some that were super late. And so I don't know what she's gonna be. You know, she's almost 7 months and doesn't have any, so maybe she'll be a little bit later. My second child didn't get teeth till she was 9 months old, so we'll see. And we have tried to give her some food, and I think she's finally started to get interested. She likes to chew on sourdough. So I'll just give her like a hunk of that and she'll chew on it, and she thinks that's fun. But she really does not like sweet tastes. I don't know what it is about them, but she just doesn't like them. Even when we've done her rotavirus vaccine, she doesn't like it. If I have to give her Tylenol after shots, or, you know, when she wasn't feeling well, she won't, like, it's so hard to get her to take that. She doesn't like, she has been a little bit constipated because of formula and stuff, and that's just kind of normal after nursing and then going to something that's now all of a sudden it's harder to go to the bathroom. And I've tried to give her prune juice, and she doesn't like it. I have I have, what are they, peaches that my mom bottled. And so I've given her some of those, and she doesn't like those. You know, anything to try to help her go to the bathroom. And she's like not interested in it. But the bread she loves. Like, the things that are a little bit more savory, she likes that, which is so weird, because normally it's like, don't give the babies the sweet things, because then they'll just want the sweet things. And my other kids like the sweet things, and she won't take them. She hates it. Anything that has like just sort of a sweet taste to it. So, but she is getting a little bit more interested in food. So we'll keep trying to introduce a few more things as she shows a little bit more interest in it. She is not moving at all, which is kind of weird for me, actually, because my last 3 kids were already starting to crawl really at this age. And my last one was crawling and walking like a month later. Like, he was close to 8.5 months, I think, when he started walking, 8.5, 9 months. And so she is not, like, she's barely starting to sit a little bit more on her own. Are you gonna grab that? Do you see the pen? And so she is just barely starting to do that. And if you lay her on her belly, like, she hates it. Do you want this? Do you want this? You're gonna gag yourself with it. So yeah, she hates being on her belly. She will just scream and she won't try to roll over. She's rolled over once, and that was like several months ago. And like, she just doesn't. She's like, I'm just totally chill being this huge blob just sitting here, Mom, and it's great. Anyways, we're glad for it. for right now because she's not getting into stuff and it's one less thing for us to have to worry about. So once she starts moving, I'm worried my toddler's gonna give her more things that she's not supposed to have. So at least right now, when she's not moving, it's a little bit easier for us. So that's nice. Like I said, she's just starting to sit up more independently. You know, she's still not always super stable, but she can do it fairly well. And then, what do you want to play with that? Here you go. But she will shake when she wants something. It's so funny. She'll just see something like over there, see me or whatever, or something super colorful, and she'll just like, she just shakes so much. It is so funny. And I'm like, you know what was all this if you just started crawling? Like if you just started even scooching along, and she won't even do that. So anyway, it's really funny. But are you getting mad because I took it away from you? She sees my notebook with all my notes over here and she really wants it. So anyway, she's, whoa, that was loud, sorry. So she's a joy. She's just super content and happy to just sit and watch for a long time. You know, like my last baby, you basically had to be holding him all the time or just like right there next to him constantly, or he was upset and crying. And she is just so happy and chill, and she has been from the beginning. And so we were so grateful, especially after having a surprise baby that was extremely hard. We have loved having her because she is just so calm and happy. Okay, so the last thing I was going to mention, not specifically about her, but just about kids in general, because I'm sure people will ask, we are done having kids. Like I said, I was done after 4 kids, but then didn't feel right about like a permanent fix. And so ended up with a surprise baby, and it rocked my world. It was extremely hard for me. And then I knew right away when I got pregnant with him that we were going to have a 6th baby. And so like having her wasn't quite as hard. Like it was harder being pregnant with him knowing I had to have another baby after that. So his pregnancy was just awful knowing that. But then having her and just know, I'm like, we are done. We are done. And I did have tubal ligation surgery like when she was 3 months old and stuff. So, and that went really well. It was very, very easy. I wanted to personally know that I was done, which is why I had surgery, and know that I can't have any more kids. And so anyways, that is all done. We're done. And not having any more kids. As much as she is so very cute and we love her to death, we're not gonna risk it, first of all, having another horrible baby. And I just like, I was already like kind of tapped out with 4, and so now with 6 we're definitely at the end of our rope most days, huh? So anyways, I just figured I'd address that because I'm sure that's a question some people have, but we are done having kids. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed just this quick little update showing the baby and just how life's been going. You know, our life has been fairly consumed with taking care of her for the last 6.5 months. And so, you know, this is part of our homeschool life, is having to take care of a baby and dealing with a toddler. And so I wanted to just show you that and just give you some updates in case you were curious how we're doing. Like I said, she's been a really like a dream baby, and I'm just so very grateful for that. So remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy seeing these types of videos, and I will see you next time.